I knew I was in trouble the moment I looked into Ethan's eyes. It wasn't just the way he laughed at my bad jokes, or how he remembered the exact way I liked my coffee, black with a pinch of cinnamon. No, it was something deeper. Ethan felt like home, but as much as I wanted to lose myself in the warmth he offered, the ghost of my past kept pulling me back. It had been 8 months since Alex and I broke up. Our relationship had been a whirlwind of highs and devastating lows, with every fight leaving scars I didn't realize I was carrying until I met Ethan. Alex had a way of making me feel both adored and unworthy in the same breath. When it ended, I told myself I'd take time to heal. But time, as it turns out, doesn't do much when you're not ready to face the pain head-on. Ethan appeared in my life like a gentle sunrise after a long, stormy night. He wasn't pushy. He didn't pry into my past. He simply existed, offering me kindness and patience. At first, it was easy to let myself believe I could build something new with him, but the cracks started showing during a dinner date 2 weeks ago. We were at this little Italian place Ethan had picked because I'd mentioned my love for ravioli. The night was perfect until the waiter brought out the wine. It was the same brand Alex used to buy for our anniversaries. My heart dropped. Suddenly, I wasn't in that cozy restaurant anymore. I was back in Alex's apartment, arguing over why he forgot my birthday. My hands trembled, and I excused myself to the restroom. Ethan didn't say a word, but the concern in his eyes was impossible to miss. The incident triggered something in me. Over the next few days, I found myself comparing Ethan to Alex in ways that felt unfair. Ethan was considerate where Alex had been careless. He listened when Alex dismissed me. But instead of appreciating Ethan, I kept bracing myself for him to disappoint me. I didn't trust that something so good could be real. And worse, I felt guilty for bringing my past into this new, beautiful thing. Last Friday, everything came to a head. Ethan and I were walking through the park when he casually mentioned wanting to meet my friends. The suggestion sent me into a spiral. Introducing him to my circle felt too intimate, too final. It was like admitting we were serious, and that terrified me. I mumbled some excuse, but Ethan wasn't buying it. "You're pulling away," he said gently. His voice wasn't accusatory, just sad. "I don't want to push you, but I need to know if you're ready for this. For us." Tears welled up in my eyes, and before I could stop myself, I blurted out, "I don't know if I am." Ethan nodded, his face a mixture of understanding and hurt. "I care about you," he said after a long pause, "but you need to figure out what's holding you back. I'm here if you want to talk, but I can't do this alone." That night, I lay awake, replaying the conversation in my head. Ethan was right. I hadn't dealt with the wounds Alex left behind, and now they were threatening to ruin something beautiful. It wasn't fair to Ethan, and it wasn't fair to me either. The next morning, I made a decision. I called a therapist I'd been meaning to contact for months. Admitting I needed help felt like ripping off a Band-Aid, but it was also liberating. During my first session, I talked about Alex, about the insecurities he'd planted in me, and about Ethan, who felt like the antidote to all that pain. Over the next few weeks, I started confronting my feelings head-on. I journaled, cried, and let myself feel the things I'd been avoiding. Ethan checked in occasionally, never pushing, but always there. I realized that healing wasn't about erasing the past, but learning to carry it differently. Last night, I invited Ethan over. We sat on my couch, the air thick with unspoken words. Finally, I took his hand and said, "I've been working on myself. I'm not completely there yet, but I want to try. With you." His smile was soft, full of the patience and warmth that had drawn me to him in the first place. "That's all I've ever wanted," he said. "The road ahead won't be easy. I know there will be moments when the past tries to creep in, but for the first time, I feel hopeful. Because healing isn't about perfection, it's about choosing to move forward, one step at a time."